Hi, this is Phil from underKG.com, and this is OnePlus One. So they've been marketing this as a flagship killer that specs and the prices are quite amazing, and it's quite amazing how they distribute the invitations as well. It's been quite a controversy, but we're going to focus on the phone today. So it's got a receiver on the top, front-facing camera, 5.5 inch of a 720p, 1080p display, menu, home, and back key there. It's a very classy layout, but it doesn't really matter because it's got a cyanogen. You can switch everything to the way you want. On the right is a power key. On the top is a 3.5mm headphone jack with the volume rocker, and to the micro SIM card slot right there, which can only be opened to the SIM card extractor that came with the phone or a paper clip. It's very long, kind of deep inside the tray. And to the bottom is a micro USB port. It's flipped upside down, and the speaker here. It looks stereo, but it is not. It's a mono speaker, and plays quite a nice loud music there. So camera, LED flash, OnePlus logo over there. It doesn't seem like it's got a perfect build quality there, but it's a minor problem. And cyanogen logo with the lots of certification logos here and there. And overall build quality is actually quite good. This is manufactured in China, of course, with their headquarters in China too. And this is quite well built. And the back side is got, this is called sandstone black, and it feels really nice, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna collect any scratches there. And just like what they've done with the phone, they done amazing job with the packaging as well. It's a red packaging, and what's inside here is what caught my eyes. There's a USB cable with the SIM card remover tool, and the cable here is a very neat one. There you got a rubber band over here, and this ports, how they did it is quite impressive. It's a good looking yet easy to use cable in the same time. Never actually mentioned a cable, nor a SIM card extractor pin. So it's a pin, but it's actually got a carrying case. So you can just like hang this on your keyring. Very, very impressive what they've done. Let's go for a size comparison. It's a 5.5 inch, so it's nowhere to the small phone. This is the LG G3 with the very slim bezels, and the Sony Xperia Z1. This is 5 incher. Well, considering that Z1 is still a quite a big phone for a 5 incher, the 5.5 inches of OnePlus One isn't that much of a big deal in the size actually. You can double tap to wake and slide down to unlock the screen, and this is the main launcher, but doesn't really matter because you can always install another launcher, and this is customizable to the every single inches. So what you can do first is you can switch the theme. There are two themes pre-installed. One is Hexo and one is Holo. This is OnePlus custom, and this is the stock Android. So we're gonna choose on Holo, and we're gonna choose every single bit of this to make it as stock as it can. And voila, here it is. It looks pretty much like a stock Android, and this isn't the end with it. You can change, as I said, every single part of it. So there's menu, home, and the back key, and if you don't like the menu key, of course you can change it to multitasking key like I did here. And long press, short press, every single inches, you can change to the actions that you want. And of course there is a interface section of this. So if you don't like the way the battery indicator look, you can make it landscape, you can make it circle, you can make it text, or you can even get rid of it. Same goes with the signal bar there. If you want it to be in numbers, you can make it that, and you can just totally hide every single icons on top of it. And of course, as I mentioned, with the double tap to wake, double tap to sleep is also available. And not only that, if you don't like that OnePlus custom lock screen, you can just make it and switch it as the stock Android lock screen. So as I said, this has got cyanogen, so you can mod it to every single bit. And it comes with the latest version of the Android at the same time too, 4.4.2 KitKat. 4.4.4 is out, but still this is one of the latest. And that is the software-wise. Software-wise, this has been very smooth, and I haven't seen any lags or whatsoever on it. Software is totally super satisfied. Hardware-wise, it's got a Snapdragon 801 processor with the 2.4 gigahertz of clock and 3 gigabytes of RAM and 64 gigabytes of storage. They come in different colors, so be were to look at what color you want along with the storage. Specs wise is that, and the benchmarks, synthetic benchmarks and those kind of stuff is pretty amazing. And so is the display. This 5.5 inch of a display is quite good that we had a hard time comparing with the QHD display of the LG G3. So those smaller text at the full version of the New York Times that we read here, and even the smaller text are all legible. It's quite impressive. One problem that we found here is that it's kind of yellowish display, which also can be fixed over. It's got a remedy here that they got a color balance, screen color, and you can customize it the way you want. So if you don't like how your screen works, you can just easily switch it here. It's not perfect. There are some panel characteristics, so it wouldn't be perfect for you, but you can deal with it. So those are the things that I really liked about OnePlus. Aside from the pricings and the specification, it's quite amazing how they've done it. Those are the little features that we liked. What we didn't like was, okay, let's keep on with what we liked. The sound quality is actually pretty fine. The sound coming from the speaker is loud and clear and pretty good in quality at the same time. And camera, on the brighter surfaces, it's totally fine. It takes a good pictures. But indoors or the low lighting conditions, they weren't exactly as good as we wanted. We're not saying it's bad. It's just not as good we have expected from a flagship. And the sound quality from your earphones connected to the phone is okay. It's not as terrible or bad as the other Chinese phones are. It's okay, but it's not spectacular. Maybe we expected too much of those sounds coming from Sony Xperias or the Samsung Galaxies. Maybe we expected a bit more than we had to. So those are the things, and the things that we didn't like so much is the battery life. Battery, although coming at 3,200 milliamps, that's a quite big amount of a battery, but it's got a giant display, 5.5 inches, 1080p, Snapdragon 800, all those things running behind. It's not exactly the longest lasting battery in the market. It's okay. We're not saying that it's got a problem with that, it's just okay. And aside from that, another problem that we found is the call quality. The audio quality, the call quality that we found is, first off, the sound is too small. And the second off, the person talking behind the phone didn't exactly like the noise canceling function. So although it's got a noise canceling, it doesn't do it perfectly. And that was a little problem. It could be a big problem because it's a phone in the first place, but some people really don't care about it. So I'm not just gonna say terrible things about it. And to the last one was this vibration. So it's got a vibrating motor, and the vibration coming from it is really barely, you can barely feel it in your pocket. So it sounds loud. That's the only thing that it does. Vibration, the haptic feedback itself is okay, but when the phone is vibrating in your pocket, it's barely noticeable. So those are the things that we found not exactly so nice about OnePlus One. So verdict, the bottom line is that this is an amazing phone that you can get a Snapdragon 801 device with the 3 gigabytes of RAM for $299 or $349 at their official price. That's amazing. That's amazing. And build quality and the packaging, again, we really like the USB cable that they brought with the box. We really loved it. But there are some problems. It fixed many of the things that Chinese phones have been suffering from. The lousy software, lags, and audio quality, camera quality. It fixed most of them to the level. But call quality and the indoor photo, those kind of minor things it still hadn't dealt with. So if those are not the concerns for you, it should be the answer for you. A high-spec, amazingly high-spec device for a reasonable price. But if you want a perfect phone, like a Galaxy-likely, iPhone-likely kind of phone for the same price, this is not the case for you. Unless you'll be very happy with it. If you are a perfectionist for a phone at the same time, you wouldn't exactly be happy with this guy. So that was OnePlus One. Don't forget, we just broke the 100,000 subscribers. Thank you. Always it's a pleasure to see that we are this much loved by people. Thank you always. Don't forget to subscribe by underKG View, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We also got the social network services. Thank you always, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.